realized the path this regime has taken us on. And it is more worrying that you have other young men and women want to, in various ways, defend such kind of loot or broad day thievery. Look at the beautiful edifice you're showing of what 200 and
that's the 14 million US dollars can do for UPSA. That's their plan. Yes.
And I recall vividly, just a few days after the African Games, there was just some showers of rain. And this same buildings, hostels, that was refurbished at such a whopping, is it 16 million? There were leakages all over. The floors were all almost flooded. The rooms, you can't tell. And I knew it. Look, Bella, look out for it. You, the media, should look out. In some few weeks or months, even those air conditioners will all be removed. Why do you think it's been disconnected? And we must stress it. If it is to even high science, then we must question them. We need to even find out if actually these air conditioners were bought from them or they were just leased to them. Because they were brand new air conditioners that were used for less than a month. So they may give it back to high science or whoever, and then it will find its way in the public again to be sold. Why has it been disconnected? Because somebody is embarking on some criminality again, and they will sit and tell you that these are unprintable words. You are involved in daylight thievery, and how do you justify this? And you think, for me as a young person, I should sit and embellish the words and say, oh, this is an adult president who is a septuagenarian. He's in the old age, and therefore I should respect him and not... Come on, you are mortgaging my future, and I should sit and keep praising you for doing this? And the president will not do anything about such things because it looks like a chunk goes to him. They have some format. What was the format Nyantechi said at the point? I met him yesterday. He's, you know, the formats they are using for all these kind of things, and they don't have any shame. And I get so amazed that you have young men who at best should say, look, I have no comment on this, I will not say a word on this, but they want to justify it and say, maybe this or probably that or this or that. Look at the figures we're talking about. GBC is on its own as well. We were told 3.6 million. They said it's 105,000. Then a lot of letters were flying here and there. Then you have Gabi want to throw in a jab thinking he could salvage the situation. And it's a whole mess. And you think Ghanaians are so gullible that you can be spewing all these things and they will believe what you tell them. I only worry, sincerely, I only worry for the young men who put their lives and their future and credibility on the line for such a government with very few people who are benefiting and looting the public purse. However, I take pride and solace in what President Mahama said the last time during the launch of our manifesto, that he's going to embark on what we call the ORAL, Operation Recover All the Loot. Because matters of this nature need not to be left just like that. Like I repeat again, Bella, you need to get your cameraman to keep, or media guys to keep monitoring the hostels. Very soon, they would want to remove those air conditioners and go and sell them. If not, why would you disconnect them? Because in the first place, was there the need for these air conditioners? Why do we make it look like living in Africa must not be in content with our nature? The program was being organized for Africa. People were coming from even the Sahel, where they know themselves the weather is very hot. Then you think that suddenly for 2 weeks, we must procure air conditioners for them. And now we have procured this brand new air conditioners. Only God knows how much it costs us in itself, because the figures will again be inflated. After just 2 weeks or 3 weeks of the program, you've disconnected them. Then you will now come back and tell us that this is how much you spent, and where did we go wrong? Where did we go wrong? And these monies could be used to do a lot of things. You talked about the Agenda 111. And my brother is saying here that they have 65, averagely, 65% is near 65% completion. Is it only the infrastructure? Or they have even procured equipment to fit them? Even infrastructure hasn't reached 65%, with the greatest of respect. Fortunately, per the nature of my job, I crisscross this country. If you are even heading to Likwe, to Hohwe area, go and see what is left in the bush there. Even when going to Hode, go and see what is left in the bush there. When heading to Takrady, even in the Volta, which project has reached? Look, one of the contractors told me that, look, they cannot even finish 5 before they leave office. And it's not surprising that they have decided to offload all the burden to one of their appendages.
We had the presidential advisor say that they had a number of them that they should start commissioning.
Don't believe any of those things. These are broad-day pathological liars who do not care who they are speaking to. They feel when their backs are against the wall, they should just say anything to relieve themselves. And that is what is continually happening. It is why it is of worry to me that you have young persons, And I'm not saying this I'm not being personal, but I'm sharing this with so much sentiment that why my brother will also be here and want to put his life on the line on defending matters of this nature. There's a deliberate loot you are not part of. There's a deliberate loot you are not partaking in. There's a deliberate criminality you are not involved in. And you sit to want to defend the very apostles who are sitting behind just at the stroke of a pen. They are doing all these things, and you want to stand in that stead for them.
All right. Let Council come in so he can respond to